Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hull celebrate new Indiana Fever edition during WNBA offseason. Despite being sidelined due to multiple soft tissue injuries, the Indiana Fever's star Caitlin Clark always made her presence felt by coaching her team. Clark will be making her return to the court in 2026. That being said, Clark is excited about the most recent signing during their WNBA offseason. The new addition is none other than Rob Doser as a player development coach. The franchise made the announcement earlier today, sharing that Doser will be working alongside Keith Porter. Porter has been the player development coach for the Fevers since the 2023 to 2024 season. Caitlin Clark, who is among the few players signed on their 2026 roster, immediately reposted this news on her Instagram story as a show of support. The Fever guard Lexi Hull was next, reporting the announcement along with partying face, signaling excitement regarding the new hire. Doser is ready for this upcoming season and his new role in his new team. Prior to signing with the Fevers, Doser was the assistant coach of the Indiana Pacers affiliate team, the Mad Ants. Before that, he had 2 seasons coaching with the Washington Wizards NBA franchise and their G League affiliate, the Capital City Go-Go. Doser has also worked with Drew Hanlen as an NBA skills coach. In those 2 seasons, he interacted with stars like Jason Tatum, as well as Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Bradley Beal, and many more. This offseason, Doser will have some good support from Clark, who was pretty much a coach the entire 2025 season. Clark's injuries limited Clark to just 13 games. She made sure to make her presence felt from the sidelines as an assistant coach of sorts. Being there for my teammates, being a voice for them, because that's what I am when I'm playing, so you gotta still be that consistent voice when you're sitting on the bench, Clark said. However, as we move to their 2026 plans, Clark will return to the court. Hull's support for a new coaching announcement could be a good sign regarding her Fever future. She is a restricted free agent, but has spoken highly of the Indiana Fever in her exit interviews. I've loved my years here in Indiana. Obviously, with a lot of uncertainty, you don't know what's to come, but I've built a life here. I love this franchise. I love the people, the fans, so we'll see what comes, she said. Doser seems like a solid hire for the Indiana Fever and support for fellow player development coach Keith Porter, who is recovering from an ACL tear. Yes, that was the condition of the Indiana Fever this season. But with these coaching additions, can they leave the ghosts of their past behind? Indiana Fever learning from Caitlin Clark debacle. The Indiana Fever was met with an injury tsunami. Along with Caitlin Clark, Chloe Bibby, left knee, Sydney Colson, torn ACL, Shoipe Cunningham, torn MCL, and Ari McDonald, broken foot, injured themselves at different points in the season. Dewana Bonner departed after just 9 games under controversial circumstances. This has been a struggle for the Fevers as they have had 18 different players appear in at least 1 game. Despite all the hardships, Fever almost beat the eventual champions Las Vegas Aces in a thrilling 5-game semifinal. Even that loss was partly due to Kelsey Mitchell collapsing in the middle of the court, where she was rushed to the hospital. She was diagnosed with rhabdomyolysis, a condition caused due to extreme muscle breakdown. However, the management is working hard to prevent such a situation in 2026. The team currently has Todd Champlin as an athletic trainer/director of medical services. Fever has a long-term partnership with OrthoIndy, whose doctors serve as the official team physicians for the Fever. The post regarding the new position is still up on the website, so we can assume Fever hasn't found the right person yet. As the off-season goes on, they could even revamp their current medical staff. Caitlin Clark is working hard to come back as the same player next year. Can the new staff help the team and prevent any more chaos? The WNBA offseason is usually a strange in-between space, a mix of rest, reflection, and the slow simmer of anticipation for what's next. But for the Indiana Fever, the offseason feels anything but quiet. It feels charged. It feels alive. And at the center of the spark are 2 familiar faces, Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hull, 2 players who couldn't be more different in personality but somehow fit together perfectly as teammates. This time, though, the energy surrounding the Fever isn't just about who's already on the roster. It's about who's joining them. And Clark and Hull have wasted zero time celebrating the team's newest addition. No one, not fans, not reporters, not even some players around the league, expected this offseason move to hit quite the way it did. But when news broke that the Fever were bringing in a new piece for their growing young core, Caitlin Clark's reaction was immediate and unfiltered. A simple text in the team group chat, "Let's go. This is huge." Lexi Hull's reply came 5 seconds later, full of emojis and excitement, instant vibes. "I'm ready." Their enthusiasm wasn't just about adding another teammate. It was about momentum, something the Fever haven't felt consistently in years. A team in transition. Ever since Caitlin Clark stepped into the WNBA spotlight and onto Indiana's hardwood, scrutiny and expectation followed her like a shadow. But she didn't arrive alone. She came into a team ready for renewal, a group led by the emerging dominance of Aaliyah Boston and surrounded by role players hungry to define their identities. This off-season addition, though still a fresh face to fans, represented a shift. Clark and Hull knew it immediately. This was about strengthening culture, chemistry, identity. The Indiana Fever were no longer the team merely building for the future. They were constructing something with urgency, something with purpose, something that demanded the league finally pay attention. Caitlin Clark's off-season fire. Caitlin Clark approached the off-season the way she approaches everything, head-first, laser-focused, and unapologetically competitive. But something else began to show: leadership. Reporters noticed. Teammates felt it. Even opponents commented on it. Clark's connection with the new addition was almost instant. During the first optional off-season workout, she arrived early, classic Caitlin, and the newcomer walked in just minutes after. They spent most of the session together, shooting, laughing at missed layups, exchanging ideas about pace and spacing as if they'd played alongside each other for years. Later, Clark told a local reporter, "Energy like that makes you excited to come back every morning." She didn't use those words lightly. Caitlin has seen enough basketball to know when someone fits, and this new piece fit like a missing puzzle tile. Lexi Hull, the locker room glue, reacts. If Clark is the calculated fire, Lexi Hull is sunshine, steady, positive, and essential in ways that don't always show up in the box score. Her reaction to the new addition wasn't just excitement. It was relief. Hull knows how important chemistry is, and she values character almost as much as talent. So when the Fever brought in someone who not only complemented Clark and Boston on the court but matched the locker room's vibe off it, she couldn't help celebrating. In an off-season team dinner organized by veterans, Hull raised a glass in a light-hearted toast. To new beginnings, new teammates, and to proving everyone wrong together.